neighborhood, but not in the morning. Now everybody's sleeping, but it's the red light story is very little, and it's for the, let's say, nightlife, Saturday night, we're gonna have here around about 100,000 people around the block. It's Saturday is, everybody knows Saturday. So we're gonna all go into one area for getting entertained. The Reeperbahn, with the theaters here, with the musicals, the flea market today. But most important is that Hamburg is a big musical city as well. So we have in Hamburg musicals since 1986 here. This one here in the moment on the right hand side here, Juliet and Romeo here on the right hand side. But what I say, the musicals in the world, musical city number one, Manhattan. But I'm not sure if you have time for that today. But what's very special about this hard rock thing is that normally it's always a city naming the hard rock cafes, like yeah, so here we go, right hand side. Oh, come on, this is definitely a nice day for spotting the city. And so summary of Hamburg is, like everywhere in Europe, first the churches. We always have first the churches. You have a church at home, don't you? Everybody's got a church at home. And the churches are theoretically 1,000 years old already. When they do the swimming tomorrow, the Ironman swimming competition, the starting ramp is right here. Yeah, you know, first swimming, then cycling, then running with Ironman. And I don't know how many kilometers they do. I think in total 500 or something like that. But nobody says they have.
Looking for a tour? Number 13.
So the background, the big castle, and then this kind of lovely water spotting and kind of children's party on the other side, Kinderfest. And now we are very close to our parking place. Old timers. But what I say, first the castle, then the castle tour, then we're crossing that square, then we're on the way to the restaurant. And if you're on your way back and you want to talk to the ones owning the cars, you can do that. Because our meeting point and the place for us to
Stucco marble, and in that room there, the lovely round room, you see more imitation marble. I mean, that's a different kind of imitation. That pink marble is called stucco lustro, and basically it's paint on putty. Now this room is called the Grecian Zimmer, and you will remember, those of you who remember anything from school history lessons, you'll remember that General von Blücher, who was a count, who was a member of the nobility, he was the hero of Waterloo on the German side. That's his very expensive and very fiddly to do, because each piece of wood is about 2 millimeters thin. And if you break it, because they're very brittle, you have to find another piece of the same colour grade. Must have driven you to alcohol to do it. Anyway, what we see on the walls is not fabric, which is very normal in the other rooms of the palace, silk damask on the walls, but we have wood, and this isn't any old wood. This is very, very nice wood. It's Canadian bird's eye maple. Only there's not a bit of cedar on that ceiling. It is all paint. It's painted to look like cedar. On all that wood carving is papier-mâché. Even this beautiful gold work. See those lovely angels, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the rosette? That's not gold, it's just papier-mâché. Those angels are 2 millimeters thin, they are hollow, they've just been painted with gold. But don't think you know everything about them, but this was her private domain. This furniture was not here when Augustus was here, it came with the second wife of Philip II. It is original furniture. And we see here some things that just tell you what the times were like. Over there, if you can find your way through, you can see his load. It's actually a revolution in the comfort of living. I cannot tell you. Because before flushing toilets, the only thing you had to do when you needed to urinate and defecate was a chamber pot in your room. And if you had luck, there would be a maid who was still up and you could call her, get her to take it away. But if she took it away, of course, she'd have to go through over marquetry flooring and no lids, and up and down stairs over. And then you can just go to bed. What we did realise is that you've got to turn the gas off. It's not just blowing the flame out, that's not the end of the gas. So they woke up dead and didn't have an air. It blows your mind away, but of course the panelling and the ceiling are the other, they're pine, painted to look like that. And the flat decoration is papier-mâché. Now those are quite shallow, and those are quite thick. They come out from the wall. The reason for that is because there is a secret passage behind those cupboards through which the granite on this room as decoration. Now this is quite unusual. It's a three-dimensional copy of a two-dimensional frieze in the new museum in Berlin. It describes the history of human beings through the eyes of Roman and Greek mythology. In the corner you can see the mountains. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important room in the palace, the throne room. As you can see, beautiful throne. They ordered 5 of them to be made in Paris in 1750. That's why they are behind in the Rococo style. The Rococo style is... Do you know anything about the word Rococo? Yes? No? No? Okay. Rococo is from the French word rocaille. Rocaille means little rock, or rock. And people used to use rocks in houses and shells as... They are paintings of all the palaces, or the properties owned by the family. The family lost them all now, unfortunately. Also, you can see the beautiful oak wainscoting is in fact pine. The only real wood here is the floor oak. And
the brickstone churches, handheld in each city. They are very famous because of meter thick walls, so but everybody knows how long it lasted in those days to make churches that size. So for us, another 50 years left.
Well, I think our tour, our excursion worth the money. The castle is stunning. Das ist auch gut. Das ist aber eine Abwechslung. Das ist auch schön. Nach Deutschland.
Old street here with really kind of copper stones, very traditional. I think it gives us a little bit an idea about Eastern German lifestyles here. That's, I think, not the worst road to use. What our navigation system proposed here. That's a little extra by the navigation system here. South America, Chile. And this is why this is named that way. And so what I say, very famous building, Dankeschön. And this brickstone expressionistic style building, that's what we're seeing here right now. Von Bismarck, he was the one to equalize the custom laws in all German states. He gave all German states the same measuring system, the same coins, and at least the same custom laws. And for that reason we needed the warehouses. Yeah, that was really, really big thing to make them. That has been between 1880 and 1890, and that was good for around 100,000 people making them. And now we can watch them. That is once more the brick presence. You can find warehouse complexes in Manchester, you can find warehouse complexes in Liverpool, but not that size we have them here now. Warehouse complex, background's a new landmark, and for us, and the customs are not there anymore. Customs since 25 years. Custom officers are gone. We changed that. They don't use it as free trade anymore because we don't need it as a free trade area anymore. It's now worth more than storing urns. Here you see the rising tub of water. It's now, what is it now? Directly behind the shopping mall. You find the small cruise center. When you travel with a smaller ship than your Princess one, then you're stopping here left hand side, but there's no one today. And then we're gonna see Richard Meyer architecture, the white one, Richard Meyer, American architect.
Everybody likes it. And then we have three uses from the apartments here. They're very exclusive, very expensive apartments. Back is the hotel, and then inside you have the concert. And then you go these 82 meters long escalator on the platform.
a little bridge between the two parts of the exhibition. And Miniature Wonderland, just to understand that, is on 2,500 square meters on HO system, so the trains are running. And so, for example, the picture of America, that is Las Vegas, yes, oh, viva Las Vegas, yeah, that's what we have, the Miniature Wonderland. What else we have on the geese community? It's because of the fish industry, there are gas, squeeze, yeah, delivery always. So what I said about the fish industry, I said that again, the Portuguese nation is best in canning fishes. And so they've been invited in the late 60s. Big applause for Andre, yeah? Best driver, thank you very much. He solved that problem here. So the Portuguese Quarter, you see a lot of Portuguese restaurants. Yes, St. Pauli, famous St. Pauli. We started our day, and when we finished that, so müssen wir mal gucken, jetzt nächste Ampel, wenn wir da jetzt nicht so viel Gegenverkehr haben, hier können wir ja mal kurz mogeln, hier müssen wir sehen, ja. Wenn da zu viel kommt. So in the old way of the good old Reeperbahn, Oh, this is a bachelor party on the right hand side. Do they look happy? Happiness is made of this. My friends, hello. How are you today? They're drinking the wrong brand of beer here. This looks like Portuguese beer. I'm not sure if that is the best choice in Germany. But bachelor parties, everybody knows the song, and they gendered that Shakespeare stuff. You know, now it's Juliet is in front, not Romeo anymore. She's deciding. This is now the story of Juliet and the musical on the left hand side, and now the difference, what has been in the morning and what's now in the evening. I think everybody can see the difference. This is now later, still not very late, but nevertheless big difference to what it was in the morning, yeah? And I do repeat it, tonight I'm expecting 100,000 people here around the block. Yeah, that is unbelievable. When it's midnight, you won't see the pavement anymore. Yeah, midnight, it's so busy. The police station here, left hand side once more, David police station here, very famous in Germany. When the people got cheated, they're always calling the police and hoping that the police saves their lives. Once Paul McCartney spent a night in the police station. That was in February 1962, believe me or not, but Paul McCartney didn't behave. Yeah, he was drunk. Yeah, he was 18. He was drunk. Can you imagine that? Paul McCartney drunk? Unbelievable. You can imagine that. Yeah, he didn't behave here. The Beatles Square is on the left hand side. That is where we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Beatles. The number 5 is Stu Sutcliffe. Yeah. This is about the left hand side is in form of a record. Yeah, the Beatles Square is in form of a record, and so it's earlier than 6, so we're allowed to enter. So we do this anyway. We are stronger than the others. We are nicer. The Beatles Square, and this is the street where they started their career. Yeah, this is the street. This is the street where we call it big freedom, big liberty, große Freiheit, and what I say. There been the Star Club, there been the Kaiser Keller, there been the Indra, the old days, and now we are here, yes. With a big coach, Andre holding the steering, and then we have a female bachelor party on the left hand side. And that folk in the middle, he tries to earn money by getting spotted, yeah, my friend. Oh, he's so good and properly dressed. Have a look here.
Why is it dressed?
So what I say, this street's a große Freiheit. With nowadays transvestite shows here, with queerness matters, with once more tourist groups on the footsteps of the Beatles. The Star Club does not exist anymore. This one here, left hand side, that was a Star Club. This is now Highway. Star Club does not exist, but yeah, Kaiserkeller does exist. Kaiserkeller is right hand side. Kaiserkeller, and the Catholic Church still exists here. The Catholic Church here, left hand side. This is always good to have a Catholic Church, isn't it? Always helpful, huh? And so, große Freiheit, that is where we are right now. The big liberty, the sunset in the Shark Bar, and then leaving the city. Why not, huh? But whatever you do in Hamburg tonight or the next days, I hope that all your wishes come true, and that, that one more here.
Back.